So I thought today I'd just give you a quick whiz round, see what's in the greenhouse and see what I'm up to in here today as well. It's only going to be a quick video, just a quick update. Let's have a look around and see what we've got. So inside, the first thing you might notice, this is where the salad used to be. I've got rid of it all and I'm going to try and reuse this compost for something else because there's not actually masses of roots in there. Cut the grass yesterday and put some of that in the hot bin. You probably can't see, but there's a load of steam that comes out of there when you open it, and it's baking hot. So looking for the thermometer in here, we are nearly at 60 degrees. That's after one day of having the grass in there. Around here we've got some of the brassicas over at the back, which I potted up a little bit last week, and they're still doing well. Up the top you can see peas have not done well. It's got too hot in here for them. There was a day or two where I forgot to water. That combined with the heat and it's just finished them off, but I'm going to get those replanted as well. All my tomato plants are doing really well. Today I'm going to pot some of these up, and some of them I'm going to take down to the plot and plant out in the next couple of days. Everything else is growing quite well. Courgettes are still doing well. Got lots of peppers. I know they're looking a bit droopy at the moment, but with peppers they'll perk up nicely with a bit of water. With all the herbs and other things raring to be planted out. Over this side we've got some of my chilli plants. None of the ones that I planted really took off, but I did plant them quite late. So we've got some Buchalockias, some habanero whites, a habanero paper lantern, we've got a couple of them, and we've got a grafted Naga red as well. Microgreens are coming into flower, so they need to be trimmed down and have a little nibble on. Sweet potatoes are doing quite well in here. Again, this is something else that needs to be put down the plot, and I've got some like on the ground poly tunnel type things, cloches to go over those. They do like to be really hot, so I'm going to get those down there soon as well. And then some of the other tomatoes that are going to get potted up today. So what I'm particularly interested in is this Gigantamo. These supposedly, each tomato is sort of 700 grams to a kilo in weight, so it could be quite impressive. And then down the bottom we've just got a few more brassicas, one strawberry that came from seed, a few spring onions, and the odd other little brassica and plant that need a bit of water and need to go out as well. So as I've mentioned, my plan for today is to pot up some of those tomatoes and chilli plants. They're in reasonably small pots at the moment, so I'm going to move them up into this size of pot. I've got a fair few of those. I'm not sure how many I'm going to pot up yet, but I think I'm probably going to take about 4 of those plants down to the allotment and pot up. The plan is then, some of them are going to be grown in the greenhouse, particularly the chilies, just because that's going to be a good way to get them lots of heat and get them growing well. The way that I've designed the racking in here is that I can actually take this top tray out, that then leaves this big gap which the plants can grow up through, and I'll put the pots on the tray below. What that also means is that I can tie some string around here to act as a support for the tomatoes or the chilli plants, and hopefully get a decent grow out of them. So I'm going to start potting those tomatoes up. So for potting these tomatoes up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this pre-used compost for the bottom. Give it a decent little bit at the bottom. I'm then going to choose my tomato. On this occasion it's the Gigantamato. I'm going to save the label because I'm going to reuse those rather than writing more. I'm just going to very carefully pull the tomato out of the pot, and as we can see on there, plenty of decent looking white roots. I'm just going to pop that across into the pot. and then I'm going to fill it with some of this compost that came out of my hot bin composter, just to finish it off so there's some decent nutrients in there as well. There we go. I'm just going to smooth around the top of the pot, get any of the loose soil off, firm it down a little bit. And then of course, last but not least, pop the label back in. And there we go. We've gone up from a relatively small pot into a big pot, ready to set out some more roots. I'm going to get on doing some more of those, and I shall catch you in a bit. So I've been working hard, potting everything up, and I thought what I would do is kind of reignite a failed experiment from earlier in the year. So you might remember that I used some of the Black Magic compost to run a tomato experiment, and everything that was in Black Magic died. I think that was most likely just because they were very young seedlings, and I think it was very, very strong nutrients, and I think it just burnt the roots and killed them. So I've reignited that, and I'll show you what I mean. So here we go, where we've repotted some of the surviving Gardener's Delight that were originally grown in the normal compost. I've done a Black Magic one, and I've also done a normal compost one. Both of these were planted on the same day, they're from the same pack of seeds, and they grew in exactly the same conditions. I've also tried this with 2 chili peppers that I bought as well. Again, they came from the same part of the garden centre, and we've got a habanero, paper lantern in compost, and one in Black Magic. As you can see, I've removed the tray from the top of here, and we've now got tomato plants that can grow nice and tall. I will probably at some stage get around to doing that on this half as well, when I've moved seedlings and planted things out, and I can then begin to spread things out as they grow. There we go, so that's all that I was going to film in here today. I've got a couple other little bits of tidying that I'm going to do in here, but nothing that's really too interesting to film. So I hope you found it interesting, me repotting my tomatoes and looking at my plans in the future for planting the tomatoes. I have got still plenty of tomatoes in the pot noodle pots that are going to go straight down into the ground at the allotment, but I'll do those in the next video or a future video. So thank you for everyone that has watched this video. Thank you for everyone that's liked, subscribed, commented. Please do subscribe if you like the videos. It just helps me to kind of spur me on and carry on doing the videos. So they do take a lot of effort, do take quite a bit of time to edit and put together. But I do enjoy doing it, particularly if people are watching. So that's going to be all from me today. So thank you for watching, take care, and happy allotmenting.